Greetings everyone. So if you have the Philips Whiz bulbs, I have two accessories that I want to introduce to you in this video. Okay, so the Whiz connected bulbs are the cheaper bulbs of the U bulbs, still owned by the same company, but they just made these a little bit cheaper. And the Whiz bulbs are Wi-Fi connected, so you don't need a hub for them to work, which also help reduce the cost because you don't have to include the hub in the set. Now the cool thing about the Philips U bulbs is they have a lot of accessories that go with them, like motion sensors, you got light switches, and some other accessories you can get to make them more user-friendly, especially when you don't want to call out the name to turn off the bulbs or even changing the colors. Now the Whiz connected bulbs didn't have all those accessories in the beginning. So the only way to really control those bulbs is to use the app on your phone or use your voice assistant. But now that has changed, so you have a little bit more option to control these bulbs instead of just using those two methods. The first item is the remote. With the remote, you can actually power the bulbs on and off. You can put them in night light mode. You can set 4 different scenes. So each one of those buttons will control a different scene based on what you have it set at. And then you can also dim and brighten the bulbs with the remote. The next item is the motion detector. Now this can come in very handy depending on your situation. For instance, I got a Philips Hue motion detector that's connected to a Philips Hue bulb. So when I walk inside the kitchen, the lights come on automatically without me worrying about and fumbling with a switch. So these motion detector that can trigger your light to come on is very handy in situation where you have to fumble and try to figure out where the light switch is. So these are two accessories that you want to have on your smart home setup if you get smart bulbs. Whether you get the Philips Hue or you get the Whiz bulb or any other bulb that you have connected to your smart home. And if nothing else, you want some type of remote switch or even a remote to turn those switch off in instance where you don't want to call out the name or your Wi-Fi is down. Because if your Wi-Fi is down, that tends to knock off your voice assistant. So now she can't actually turn lights off or do anything else. But if you have a switch or the remote, that's going to save the day because you can still control the lights whether she's responding or not. Okay, so now let's get into this box and see what's on the inside. That's it. Plain and simple. Just the remote, nothing else. And the batteries are not in here. Let's see if the batteries are in the package. So nope, I guess with a low cost thing like this, and that's the price right there, you don't get the batteries with it. So I have to buy the batteries separately. So the batteries are not included and they didn't put it in front. It's actually a fine print on the side of the box. So you have to get the batteries separately. Okay, so now let's open the motion detector and see what's on the inside. So you open it up. And there it is. That's the motion detector right there. So there's the motion detector right here. So it's screw mounted. So you'd have to screw it to the wall and then you just snap this thing onto the screw mount. And I don't see any screws in the back, so you have to provide your own screw. So this motion detector required 2 AA batteries, which is not included in the box. So be warned that when you buy these accessories, these Whiz connected accessories, make sure you get some batteries because they are not going to be in the box. And as a reminder, this one takes AAA and this one takes AA. Oh, and one last thing, there actually are screws and wall anchors inside the package. It was embedded inside the cardboard and I didn't see it before, so I just wanted to point that out to you. Okay, so with a handy screwdriver, you just need a Phillips screwdriver to take the back off of this right here. That's the first thing you need to do. And then you pop the cap off like that. The 2 batteries going on the inside. And this accessory is ready to be installed. Replace the cover. Put the little holder wall mount back on. And then just tighten the screw. And you're good to go. That blinking to tell me it's ready for setup mode. So I just need to go into the app, which I'll click the plus sign, add a product, and look for motion. There it is, motion sensor. It's telling me to put the battery in. Press the button on the side. And that's the button on the side they're talking about. There's a little button right there, which is going to cause it to blink like it's blinking now. So now that it found the motion, I can name it Studio Motion, which is fine. Finish. And now this accessory is already set up. So now I can assign it to do different things. For instance, like turn off the lights or turn on the lights. So let me go to accessories, motion, and enable. And I'm going to say when motion is detected, it's going to turn on the lights. It's going to delay motion for, let's say, 30 minutes, which is fine. You can adjust that too. So if it didn't detect motion in 30 minutes, then it's going to automatically fade the light off for 10 seconds and then eventually turn them off. Okay, so now that I got it assigned to studio, my studio lights, all I have to do is just trigger the motion, and then now it's just going to just turn on the lights automatically. Okay, so after you set up the motion detector within the app with all the parameters that's suitable for you, now you just need to set it in a location so it can detect your motion. Now your motion detector can be set up for either option. You can have it where it turn on the lights, or you can have it to where it turn off the lights. Now once you set up your motion detector, you can set it up for a time frame that you want the lights to go off if you happen to walk outside the room. So if it's at full brightness and you notice the lights are dimming, then you know the lights are about to be cut off, so you need to move around or wave your hand or something for it to come back to full brightness. Okay, so now let's move on to the remote. So the remote required 2 AAA batteries. Like I said, those are not included. So I'm going to go ahead and install these batteries, and then I'm going to go to the app to set this up so it can control the lights in my studio. So now that I got the batteries in there, I want to go to the app to set it up. So I'll go back to the app. I'm going to hit the plus sign, add product. I'm going to go down till I see remote, and there it is. 30 seconds. It says to press the on button 3 times. 1, 2, 3. The blue light came on the remote, and I'm just waiting for it to just pair up with the app. And there it goes. It actually found the remote. So I can change that to studio remote. And now I'm able to control the lights using the remote. So if I go down to accessories again, I should see the remote, and there it is. So with each one of these buttons on the remote, 1, 2, 3, 4, I can set a different scene. Now these modes come prearranged on the app, but I can actually go into here and customize them to my liking. So as you can see, the first one gives me warm white, then I got daylight, I got focus, and then the last one is fireplace. So all I have to do is tap on warm white, and I can say I want that one to be daylight. And then number 2, I want it to be cool white. And then number 3, instead of being focus, I'm going to change it to sunset. And then number 4, I'm going to change it to TV time. There we go. So now that I got everything set up, I'm going to hit back. And now that I'm at the main screen, I can see all the settings that I set up for this remote has been reprogrammed. So anytime I want to go in there and change these 4 buttons, all I have to do is go into the app, reprogram to whatever I want it to be, and those lights are going to respond accordingly. So the remote is all set, and now I'm done. So as you can see, when I press 1, I get the daylight. Number 2, I get the cool white. And then number 3, I get the sunset. And then number 4, I get TV time. And then if I hit the little half moon looking thing, I get night light. I can press the minus sign to dim the lights down a little bit. I can hit the plus sign to brighten it back up. So this will give you a little bit more option to control your lights instead of just using your voice, which is always a good thing because you never know when your voice assistant might just start acting up. So if you're interested in getting any of these products, they are available at Home Depot. You can order them online also. So if you like these lights and you want to get the accessories to make these lights a little bit more functional, then you want to get these accessories, trust me, because it's going to give you a whole lot more option to control these lights versus just using your voice. All right, so if you have any questions, go ahead and leave it down in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.